Hey everyone, welcome to video 2, Dragons, Things to Consider. Okay, so in the last video we went ahead and we talked a little bit about dragons, about different types of dragons. And I know that there's a few of you guys out there who know a lot about dragons. And so just know that whatever I'm bringing to it is hopefully just helping to enhance the great index of knowledge that you have already about them, okay? But in this video and in the next video, these videos aren't going to necessarily be talking about the history of dragons or about, art, specific art things. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be asking a lot of questions. And these questions are really important because they're going to inform your creation, your dragon that you create. It's going to inform the choices that you're going to make when you're creating. And one of the things that I really want us to look at is I want us to consider this whole new reality we're finding ourselves in. I don't know how you guys feel about this new reality, but I think it sort of sucks in some ways. Sorry, that's my personal take on it. There's aspects I really like about it in the sense that I'm a very internal person. I like being by myself. I always have a lot of things to do and I can entertain myself a lot by myself. I don't necessarily need to have a lot of interaction with people, but I'm finding this is very difficult on me. So I can only imagine how it is for people who aren't like me, right? I get irritable, I get grumpy, I get incredibly tense at times, and there's no reason for it, I think. There's no discernible reason for it. I mean, it's not like, I'm home, I'm safe at home, but I still have these feelings, right? I feel like each day is a little bit like Groundhog's Day. It's a repeat, and it really takes a toll at times for me. So I don't know how you guys are handling it, but I want you to take a moment and just consider, how are you handling this? You can't go to school anymore, you can't go to class. I bet you there's a lot of you out there who probably, when you did have to go to class, were probably like, oh, I have to go to school, I really don't want to have to do this. And now you're like, oh God, I wish I could go to school, I really do. I wish I could just go. And then there might be some of you who are like, no, I like this. I like having to have class while I'm at home, and where I can just have it, the camera on my face, and I can wear my, my pajama bottoms, and I'm fine. I'm fine with this. But then at the same time, there might be some of you who are like, I miss going to my friends. I miss hanging out. I miss being able to just be outside and not worrying if I have to wear a mask or not wear a mask. Going to the store. Just take stock of all that. I mean, how is it being at home all the time? I mean, do you have a small house? Is it a small area that you're living in? Are there a bunch of you? Are you on top of each other? Are you getting on each other's nerves? Or is it quiet? Is it too quiet and you're feeling really lonely? All of these are really valid, I mean, you can't help how you feel. We all have our feelings, and they are valid, but it's important to look at how we handle those things. And so in this video, one of the questions we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the strengths of dragons. And when I say strengths, strengths don't necessarily mean all the good aspects of dragons. It could also be bad aspects. You have strengths. Your strengths can sometimes verge on perhaps you're too forceful. But at times being forceful can be a really good thing, right? Perhaps you're too, I don't know, too patient or too nice. And at times that can not be necessarily a good thing. People can take advantage of that, or they can, you can be ignored. Those strengths are they're good. Those are aspects that they have good and they have bad to them, right? It's just understanding what those strengths are. Okay. Okay, so let's get to the questions. Dragons are guardians and protectors, and they have strengths. Strengths have good and bad aspects, but they have strengths that could come in help, could be very helpful right now in the situations we're finding ourselves. All right, so in these questions, I'm going to ask you, what I want you to do is I want you to answer them. I want you to go ahead. It could be bullet point. It can be just several words. If you want to write a whole paragraph, go for it. But just know that this is for yourself. These questions are for you. They're to help clarify for you your feelings, your thoughts, so that you can have more informed choices as we go forward. All right? Okay, so the first question is, what do you like about dragons? Okay, the next question is, what is their strengths? Good or bad aspects? What are their strengths? Or the strengths that you see in them that you like? The next question is, what is it that they desire? Again, different dragons have different things that they desire, different things that they're trying to attain and trying to procure for themselves. With their strengths, how would they deal with this virus, this invisible intruder, this invisible enemy? Next question. Do they have aspects or traits that could help you cope with this new reality? Can any of these traits help you? Okay, so make a list. I've asked these questions, and it's really, really important that you answer them and that you have them somewhere recorded. Because when we start to create, we're going to use these answers to help to identify aspects of your dragon. So really think about it. Really think about what it is for you in those questions. And in the next video, we're going to talk about what we desire. And once we know what it is that you desire, enough to want to guard and protect, much like much like a dragon would, then we'll have all the elements to start to build and create our dragons. Okay, peace.